Okay, and as part of our Earth Day, I also thought I would read this book by Gail Gibbons called From Seed to Plant. This is a great time of year to be planting seeds in your house to be planted in gardens later. And I like Gail Gibbons as a nonfiction author because she uses great detail, and her books are usually science or social studies based. So here we have a little flower bed. There's a tulip, daisy, rose, a pea plant, buttercups, and corn. Most plants make seeds. A seed contains the beginning of a new plant. Seeds are different shapes, sizes, and colors. So here we have a sunflower seed. Maybe you eat those once in a while. All seeds grow into the same kind of plant that made them. So our sunflower seed will grow into a sunflower. Here's an oak tree. An oak tree drops acorns, so that acorn will sprout into a new oak tree. Many plants grow flowers. Flowers are where most seeds begin. So here we have a petal. It says that's probably the pretty part of the flower. This thing in the middle, it's called the stigma. The sticky part at the top at the top of the pistil. It's called a pistil, which is kind of a funny name. It's called the stigma. In the corner, or in the center of the flower, is the pistil. And then stamens make yellow powder called pollen. Pollen is the yellow stuff that gets onto your fingers. The parts of the flower around the pistil are stamens. So we have our stamens there. This is called a sepal, and here's our stem. A flower is made up of many parts. Before a seed can begin to grow, a grain of pollen from the stamen must land on the stigma at the top of a pistil of a flower like itself. So here we have our stamen, there's the pistil, and there's the pollen. Pollination happens in different ways. Often wind blows pollen from flower to flower. Bees and other insects and hummingbirds help pollinate too. While they visit flowers for their sweet juice called nectar, pollen rubs onto their bodies. Bees actually collect that pollen onto their legs and they transport it to different flowers as they fly. Then they carry the pollen to another flower where it comes off onto its pistil. If a pollen grain from a flower lands on the pistil of the same kind of flower, it grows a long tube through the pistil into an ovule. This is the beginning of a seed. The seeds grow inside the flower, even as the flower begins to die. As the seeds become bigger, a fruit or pod grows around them. The fruit or pod protects the seeds. When the fruit or pod ripens, it breaks open. The seeds are ready to become new plants. Some seeds fall to the ground around the base of the plant where they will grow. Some pods or fruits open and the seeds pop out. Sometimes when birds eat berries, they drop the seeds. Other seeds fall into streams, ponds, rivers, or the ocean. There they travel on the water until they stick to dirt along a shore. The wind scatters seeds. Some seeds have fluff on them that lets them float to the ground like tiny parachutes. Others have wings that spin as they fall. So if we take a look at this one right here, does anybody have a guess as to what kind of flower that is? It's a dandelion. Now most of us have dandelions in our yards, or we've found them before, and the dandelions that we like to pick are yellow, but what we like to do once they start to grow their seeds, and maybe you've done this, is you pick the dandelion when it's full of the white seed parts, and you blow it, and all those seeds come flying off. So that's one way we disperse seeds. We create a little bit of wind. And then these are from a maple tree. I like to call them helicopters. They're fun to throw up in the air and watch them fall back down. Animals help scatter seeds too. They hide acorns and nuts in the ground. Some seeds have hooks that stick to the fur of animals or people's clothes. Later they drop off onto the ground. Here's what your bean seed looked like. The beginning of a plant is curled up inside each seed. The food is stored inside the seed too. The seed has a seed coat on the outside to protect it. So this is what your bean seed looked like. This is that seed coat. A seed will not sprout until certain things happen. First, it must be on or in the soil. Then it needs the rain to soak the seed and soften the seed coat. So when you planted your bean seed, or when you put the bean seed on the wet paper towel, it started to soften that seed coat. When the sun shines and warms the ground, the seed coat breaks open and the seed begins to grow. This is called germination. A root grows down into the soil. The root takes in water and minerals from the soil for food. So you might have noticed your seed starting to grow its roots, and if you kept it going, you maybe would have seen these seed leaves start to pop out. Up grows a shoot. Green leaves grow up from the shoot towards the sun. The plant grows bigger and bigger. The leaves make food for the plant from the water and minerals in the soil, the sunlight, and the air all around the plant. Finally, the plant is full grown. Buds on the plant open into flowers where new seeds will begin to grow. Many of the foods people eat are seeds, fruits, and pods. They are full of nutrition, vitamins, and minerals, and they are tasty too. So here's a little diagram of how to grow a seed from beginning to end. Now, before I finish here, I just want to take you on a quick little walk here, just in my living room. Let's walk over here. This is where I, this year, have started a lot of my seeds. So what I've got growing here is, this is, let me find it here. This is a little mini red bell pepper that I started. Let's see. This one right here is called a kohlrabi. It's kind of crunchy like a carrot stick, but doesn't really taste like a carrot. And this one right here, this is a tomato plant. This one is a cherry tomato plant. So that one will eventually get bigger and I'll plant it outside. But these are all the extra little seedlings that I have that I will give away to friends and family, people who might want to start growing a few of their own tomatoes. But this is a fun way to start your own plants from seed, and it's kind of fun to watch them grow throughout the summer and turn into plants that we get to eat. So I hope you enjoyed the stories. Think about what you can do today on Earth Day to kind of help out, and we'll talk to you again soon.